Hey guys, Moshe the Electric Israeli is here, and this is me, younger me, in 2019 at the New York Auto Show interviewing one of the Rivian executives when I saw the Rivian for the first time, and I really felt like talking to a Tesla guy. Same attitude, same approach, direct to consumer. And a few years after that, this is a few months ago, me driving at my good friend Rivian R3X, the 7-seater, a huge car, amazing car, amazing company. And just yesterday morning, Rivian, led by their awesome RGS Caringe CEO, introduced the R2, a smaller SUV that will be out in 2026. We'll talk about it in a minute. Very versatile, adhering to the adventure philosophy and attitude of Rivian. So I'm gonna give you some important specs, the basic one, and what is it coming up down the pike. Really interesting. And it is available for ordering. You can order it right now on their website, no problem. It's $100 refundable. We're going to talk about the specs and of course the starting price, whatever we know at that point. And there were two surprises, as you're going to see in a minute. Two surprises as far as the R2 is concerned, and other models that Rivian was introducing. So basically, being in the niche, and I asked it when I interviewed the one of the designer executives, asked him, who is this car for and why did you make it? He said, this is adventure. Yes, you can go to the supermarket with it. I go to the supermarket all the time and you see a lot of SUVs over there, but this is adventure, outdoor, people who like, lakes and woods and camping and all. That's a great car. But most people, and I know many of them personally, using the Rivians just like you would use any SUV to drive kids to soccer and all that. So having said all of it, the R2 is coming out. You can order it now. And it is have a very attractive starting price of $45,000. And it will have its own platform, its own structural battery. Talk about that in a minute as well. And it will have three variants, okay? A single motor, a dual motor, and a tri-motor. And they all promise to have a 300 miles plus. That's basically it. Now, the design of the car reminds me of cars that I used to own in the past. Ford SUVs and small SUVs. They have some of their traits. Okay, 0 to 60, 3 seconds, under 3 seconds, up to 300 miles. That is the promise. That is what it's going to be. But it's going to take time. Now, as you know, Rivian, as of now, loses a lot of money per car that they make. I think $33,000. But hopefully they are going to turn the corner and going to bring this car into market and alleviate all the issues that they have with losing so much money, which is very true. Now here it is, an open glass. I loved it when I had the Ford, one of my Ford Ford SUVs. I used to love that option in the back. I really did. That you can open the windows, flatten the seats, and in the Rivian you can flatten the front seat as well for camping purposes, loading. So that is really a great option to have in your Rivian. It's really great. It is smaller than the typical Rivian SUV, the RST. And here it is, they put it side by side. You can see the dimensions, that it's in centimeters. You can see the dimensions. It is smaller. Looks like 5-10% smaller. You see them side by side driving. I mean, I told you, I drove the R1S. It is a beast. It's an absolute beast. 2 screens rolling. You have the rollers. They look a little bit too big to me. But, RJ said that they are going to be very functional. Not a wheel in terms of circle. It's not a wheel per se. It is It has like a design that it's flat on the top. Two drawers, it's a little overkill. Two glove compartment. Unlike the Cybertruck, which I set in it as well, it has a little shelf, basically. It's nothing. This is two drawers and a nice screen in the front, nice screen in the dash in front of it. You will, if you can tell, the wheel is bigger in the top, so you can see the instrument cluster in the front. So that's really, really good. And it is in the spirit of Rivian Adventure. Batteries 4695. We all got used to the Tesla 4680. This is 46 millimeter in diameter and 95 millimeter in height. And it's going to be structural battery, okay? Structural battery a la the Tesla. If you remember the Tesla batteries, that they are structural, the 4680, that they're supposed to be more efficient. And that's the idea, okay? That's the idea. 3 seconds or less. 300 miles plus, and that is interesting. Which variant will have it? The single motor, the dual motor, the tri-motor? Which one will have the most range? But that's what they promised. They promised to have a 300 miles, 480 kilometers, if you want to be exact, of range. That is a fantastic. It's gonna have some kind. He talked about some kind of a self-driving on the highway. So this is not Tesla FSD driving in the city. This is driving, some kind of driving on the highway. You can take your hands off the wheel and your eyes off the road for a few seconds. 45,000 is a great starting price. Now let me caution you about this price. This is in 2 years from now. A lot of things can happen 2 years from now. I remember I ordered the Cybertruck when it was $49,000. Now it's $80,000, and if I want it now, I have to pay $100,000 because of the foundation. And then one more thing, a la Apple, there comes the R3. It is even smaller than the R2. Smaller than the R2. And same structure, same battery. I don't know the battery size. I don't think they talked about it. I don't know if it's a 100 kilowatt or 110 kilowatt hour. I don't know. But here they are going to be side by side. It is a smaller one. The front is Rivian. You see those oval eyes? The front is Rivian. It reminds me like some kind of a Honda, Ford, like you see it from the side, especially at the end. It looks familiar. Obviously, it has a front and it's a big front, but it does look familiar from the side and from the back. The front is definitely Rivian. There is no question about it. But this looks like something that you've seen before. Okay, here's the window. I used to have it, I told you, in one of my Fords. I absolutely loved it. It is so convenient to put stuff in, to throw stuff in, and also for things to stick out. If you have a board or if you go to Home Depot, things can stick out from the window. And that is really great. I am telling you, for a family, and if you hold stuff, it is really awesome to have a window open. And then comes the R3X. Looks like a sporty like variation, a sport kind of a Rivian. Again, no price, no date, only for the R2. You can reserve the R3, but the R3X, we just don't know. We just don't know when it's gonna happen. I just tell you, Rivian is great. I hope they do well. Now let's switch a little bit, since it's really 2 years from now until it's going to come out. Is it going to threat the Model Y? Is it going to segment of the Model Y? I guess you can say that, but again, I'm going to caution you about the price. We all got very excited when Tesla introduced the Cybertruck for $39,900, $49,900, and $69,900, and you know that none of it is true. So I don't know, even if you put the reservation right now, it doesn't mean that this is the price you're going to get. Most likely not. What will happen to the tax incentives? This is an American made. It is eligible for tax incentives. Now, what happens if there's a new administration next year? Who knows if they're going to keep those laws? You never know. There's a lot of variables that can happen. Okay, prices can change. But having said that, that being said, this is a great a small SUV for family of 4, maybe 5, 3 kids in the back. Great utility. And then, speaking of Tesla that you see, and what is the greatest thing about this, it's going to have the Tesla charging port. No need for a adapter, none. Now you've seen Fords are charging now in Tesla superchargers. No, that's not gonna happen. This is gonna have the North American charging stator, the NACS as we call it, and you will have it. Now I don't know, and this is very interesting, I don't know where the charge port is. I don't think I saw it. I hope it's in the back side on the driver's side, so they don't take two spots in the superchargers, if you know what I mean. If you are a Tesla owner, you absolutely know what I mean. Now, the best place to put a charge port is in the front left. That's the most convenient. But because they're going to use the Tesla superchargers, which is awesome, I hope they put it in the back left on the driver's side, so this way they are in line of Tesla standards and they don't take two spots. Now they're going to be so many of them. So I hope that, but that's really going to solve a lot of issues, a lot of problems in terms of the charging. It's not bad enough, but Tesla drivers will get upset if they don't have, if they see that one of their cars is taking, one of the non-Tesla cars taking two spots. And it happened to me. It happened to me in upstate New York. There was I think a BMW that was using the dock system in one of the Tesla superchargers, and she was taking, this is a woman driver, and she was taking two spots. So I hope that's going to happen. So we'll see what will be the actual price in a couple of years when this comes out. We'll see the actual range. We'll see where the charge port is coming. We'll see what is the cruise control slash autonomous on the highway. They're gonna have I think 11 cameras. They're gonna have 5 radars, 5 sets of radars. So it's gonna be pretty much equipped with everything that you would want. And we'll see what happens. This is gonna be very interesting. This is very exciting. It's really, really exciting to see. Again, I hope to see it at the New York Auto Show. I'm gonna be there in next month, like I go every year. Hopefully it will be there. That's where I saw it for the first time. So that would be really great to see it and to sit in it and to take some videos and photos and maybe to interview somebody. So of course I'll keep you posted. And hopefully Rivian can be profitable within a couple of years. We need as many electric cars on the road as possible. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.